for pre-need funerals, burials, and cremation since 1975. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Visitation for Annie R. Neely, age 88 of Sylacauga, will be at Curtis & Son Funeral Home this Friday from 4 until 8 p.m. Also, a visitation will be held Saturday at Mount Pisgah Missionary Baptist Church in Titus. That's on U.S. Highway 231. That'll be from 10 until 11. And that'll be followed by a graveside service at 11 at the Mount Pisgah Missionary Baptist Church Cemetery. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, in charge of the arrangements. Davy Lane Leach died on Monday. He was 74 years old. Graveside service for Mr. Leach will be Friday at 11 a.m. at Wewoka Cemetery near Talladega, with the Reverend Fred Milam officiating. Visitation at Wewoka Assembly of God on Friday from 10:30 until 11. Online condolences at curtisonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing that service. Mr. Blois T. Walker, age 72 of Talladega, died September 21st at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Funeral arrangements to be announced today by Curtis & Son Funeral Home. Of course, Blois Walker, a longtime pastor, and Trinity Lighthouse Church of God was his latest pastorate. Blois, a lot of you knew Blois, passed away at the age of 72 at Coosa Valley Medical Center on September 21st. Curtis & Son Funeral Home announcing. Kennedy Denise McGrady Orr, age 58 of Sylacauga, died September 19th. Curtis & Son Funeral Home will be announcing the funeral arrangements later today. James B. Standifer, age 74 of Childersburg, died September 20th at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, announcing. And funeral service for Betty Sayers, age 85 of Sylacauga. That service will be today at 2 p.m. from Curtis & Son North. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery. Visitation prior to the service from noon until 2 p.m. Online condolences at curtisonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Memorial service for Mary Joyce Landrum will be Saturday, September 26th at Alexander City First United Methodist Church, Trinity Campus at 3:30. In lieu of flowers, a family asset donation be made to the First United Methodist Church in Alexander City. Graveside service for Mr. Charles Michael Mickey Duke, age 77 of Alexander City, is today at 1 o'clock from Hillview Memorial Park with the Reverend Mike Dinsmore officiating. Mr. Duke died Friday, September 18th at Chapman Nursing Home. Radley Funeral Home directing. John Charles Dodge Sr. of Sylacauga died Monday at his residence. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home directing. Graveside service for Mr. James William Stone, known as J.W. Stone. Graveside service today at noon from Baker's Grove Baptist Church Cemetery in Vincent. Online condolences at communityfuneralhome.org. Community Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. Jimmy Laverne Lippum, age 80 of Talladega, died September the 18th. Memorial service will be held Thursday at 2 o'clock from Talladega Funeral Home. That will be preceded by visitation from noon until 2 at the funeral home. In lieu of flowers, the family has asked that donation be made to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, Talladega Funeral Home, directing. And John Paul Shaw, age 50, died September 19th. The family will receive friends today from 2:30 to 3:30 at Talladega Funeral Home. Graveside service will follow in Oak Hill Cemetery in Talladega at 4. And Talladega Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements. These obituaries this morning courtesy of Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg for pre-need funerals, burials, and cremation since 1975. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.